Alright, this is AWBrawler bringing you one of the Wi-Fi battles I took today. Again, this is pre-recorded, so I already know what's going to happen ahead of time. I know you guys, some of you probably don't have the Versus Seeker on the game to watch the video, or you just don't have the game yet and you like to watch the battle, so here it is. I start off with a Wobbuffet and a Safeguard, because it's always good to have Safeguard if you know there's no way they can one-shot you. And I know AWBrawler has nothing that can one-shot a Wobbuffet to the best of my knowledge. Now, my opponent was trying to play a little dirty here, but I do it myself, so I can't say it's playing dirty. She was basically trying to poison me and wait it out for me to faint. But I'm the type of person, I'm not going to let Wobbuffet fall for no reason. Now, Wobbuffet does fall in this battle, but it's not for no reason, and it's not at this point. Like, I see she was, after I did Destiny Bun here, I saw she was trying to wait me out and have me faint. So instead, what I decided to do was to just swap out and go into my Umbreon. And remember the Safeguard I put up earlier? Well, this idiot is again trying to use Toxic, but no, it's not even idiot, it's smart. So she was trying to poison me. But then she hits me with Thunder and I absorb it, and I lay a little poison on my own. And she was just trying to use attacks that were not attacks, so Wobbuffet couldn't, you know, bounce anything back with counter a Miracle. And again, my Umbreon is tough as nails. She eats up the Thunder like there's nothing, hits her with a Shadow Ball. Of course, now I know it's time to start healing, so I decided to go for Moonlight. Because I know she's going to hit me with the Thunder again. Or at least attempt to. I've never seen Thunder land those many times back to back. Knocks me to 14. But I heal back up because my Umbreon is a beast. I've EV trained it in special defense because I know that people like to, people like to pile on attacks on Umbreon for some reason if they don't have anything to beat him. Or to beat her, they're like, oh, we'll just keep attacking it. But no, my Umbreon, I made sure I kept the defense and special defense very high on my Umbreon. I did all kinds of super training to make sure of that. See, at this point, I'm playing her own game against her. I'm waiting for her to die from the poison. And of course, she withdrew, and I ended up hitting the Shadow Ball. Doing the Shadow Ball, hitting the Murkrow in the face with a Shadow Ball, which is not gonna do much damage. I was going to go for Toxic, but she taunted me. So I end up using Assurance. Doesn't do much damage. And when I see that it barely does any damage, I quickly switch out into my Metagross. Because I'm like, hey, worst case scenario, I'll take a small hit, but it's a Metagross. But what Murkrow ends up doing is something that hurts it more than myself. Swagger boosts my attack. Mega Evolving boosts my physical attacks. So I'm getting my attack boosted twice. And you don't do Swagger on a Steel type because, again, how much damage you do to yourself when you're confused depends on the defense. And Steel types have high defense, so it's not a smart strategy. You won't hurt yourself too bad if you hit yourself with a Steel type. So I end up doing a Bullet Punch that takes all of their HP. Excuse me, sorry, sneeze. Now at this point, I knew that I did not want to fight Ninetales with a Metagross. I did not notice that Ninetales did Drought. I don't even know when to start learning that ability. When to start having Drought. So I threw Wobbuffet out there so he could take a hit and I could switch out fresh into my Umbreon. So like I said, Wobbuffet did not fall for no reason. Because 2 hits, as you can see, when you look at the damage done from this, 2 hits would have took me out and I would have lost the battle. So I have to throw Wobbuffet out there as a KO fodder so I can switch. Now, the no charge solar beam, that's when I first realized the drought was on. I'm like, wait, how'd you do a solar beam without charging 2 turns? Or charging 1 turn and attacking the next. So I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm glad I chose sunlight, because since drought is in effect, moonlight does more healing. So I heal myself up way more than I normally would, because of the sunlight makes moonlight's power go up as well. I knew Ninetales had Will-O-Wisp the whole time. I remember saying, please don't do Will-O-Wisp, please don't do Will-O-Wisp, and it did Will-O-Wisp on me anyway. But even while I was looking at it, I was like, okay, if I can keep healing, eventually this Ninetales will fall from poison. And again, abusing the drought, which she put into play, I heal myself up more than I ever would. That's the thing about Pokemon that have abilities like Drought. You want to make sure it does not help your opponent in any way. Because I abuse this Drought to keep myself healing. And once again, I heal using Moonlight. And the power from her Drought makes me heal way more HP than I normally should. Poison has taken its toll on Ninetales. Only thing left now is Galvantula. So I call back my Umbreon, go back out into my Metagross, and it's time to wrap up the fight. And the funny thing is, I don't have any of the items I wanted. Like, I really want to have leftovers on my Umbreon. Because if Umbreon had leftovers, it would have been even better. Or if Wobbuffet, I think, want to keep Rocky Helmet. Because when they hit it with a physical attack, they lose health as well. So I'm going to keep the Rocky Helmet on my Wobbuffet. Thunder did way more damage than I thought it should have done on my Metagross right there. But again, the poison is taking its toll. I do a bullet punch just to make sure I attack first, because I want to end this with a 2-0, not 1-0. And there we have it. Galvantula faints. That's the battle. So yeah, until next time, this is AWBrawler saying, be you, be true, be human. AWBrawler, out.